Kim Zolciak-Biermann attempted to make a comeback by rejoining the ladies of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. By the time season 10 had ended, the mother of 6 had left a sour taste in our mouths. But for fans of the show, her shady antics date way back to when she first appeared on the Bravo series. If this is your first time visiting our channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications. Here's the shady side of Kim Zolciak-Biermann. When Kandi Burruss purchased her new home, she invited Kim and her assistant Sweetie Hughes over. Kim called the neighborhood ghetto and told Sweetie she needed to lock her car door because they were about to enter the hood. Kandi didn't address their comments until she decided to air Kim out in her Bravo blog. Kandi thought Kim had crossed the line and said Sweetie was a bad influence on how Kim really feels about Black people. Speaking of Sweetie, the way Kim treated her assistant on camera definitely raised some eyebrows. When Nene Leakes accused Kim of treating Sweetie like a slave, the Free Sweetie movement was started. Radio host Ricky Smiley and his crew began campaigning to save Sweetie from her horrible boss. But Sweetie said all the attention she was receiving was ruining her life. In the end, Kim fired her in 2011 after she started dating Kroy. When the blog Straight from the A asked Sweetie if she was let go because Kroy didn't want Black people around, Sweetie answered, "Yeah, he's cool. He cool. That's all I've got to say. I prefer not to, we're just better off cool. There's only so much someone can take." Kim appears to live a lavish lifestyle, especially now that she reportedly gets paid $125,000 per episode for Don't Be Tardy. But she has also dealt with a lot of money issues. In June 2012, she was hit with a lawsuit after she rented a home and overstayed her welcome. Her landlord fined her $600 for each day she and her family stayed in the home after their lease had ended. Kim later admitted to TMZ that she had stopped making payments on the home, but she promised to pay the landlord a lump sum when she finally moved out. Years later, she received another lawsuit from a company that claimed the reality star refused to pay them $9,500 after they decorated her home for Christmas. And in February 2019, American Express hit her with a lawsuit after she failed to pay her $215,000 credit card bill. For years, Kim was dating a mystery man who she referred to as Big Papa. Her secret boyfriend allegedly bought her a townhouse, a bunch of jewelry, a Range Rover, and a Cadillac Escalade. Viewers soon discovered the reason Big Papa's identity was kept a secret was because he was a real estate developer named Lee Najjar, and he was married to a woman who was also named Kim. Kim claimed she was engaged to Lee at one point, despite his wife still being in the picture. But when he dropped her off at a charity dancing event in Atlanta 2010, that's when Kim met Kroy Biermann and finally decided to leave her married sugar daddy alone for good. Kim was so interested in attending John Legend's Atlanta concert, she sent out this very shady tweet to the singer's wife, Chrissy Teigen. When Kim offered up her daughter Brielle and her services in exchange for the tickets, she felt the backlash from online users. Kim insisted it was just a joke, and Chrissy offered to give the family free tickets without Brielle being put in a compromising situation. Kim married former NFL player Kroy Biermann in 2011 at a home that was transformed to accommodate their wedding day. Kim rented outdoor portable bathrooms for her guests and instructed everyone to use them, even her mother. When her mom and aunt disobeyed her wishes and snuck inside to use a restroom in the home instead, things got out of control. Kim had her own mother and aunt escorted out of the house by security guards, and their relationship hasn't been the same since. Her own parents took her to court when she refused to let them see their grandchildren. At the time, Kim only had 4 kids, and her dad Joe spilled some major tea about Kim's past history. He said, "She has been married twice and has 3 different fathers of her 4 children. Let's face the facts." In the end, Kim's parents still weren't granted visitation rights to their grandchildren, and they aren't the only ones who've been pushed away from Kim and her kids. Not only has Kim cut ties with her family, but she has reportedly caused trouble between Kroy and his family too. During an episode of Don't Be Tardy, Kim admitted that Kroy's parents, quote, weren't very happy that he chose to marry a single mom. But Kroy made it clear that he's going to stand by Kim's side no matter what. And if his parents have negative feelings towards her, he'll continue to cut off their access to their kids. Real Housewives of Atlanta's Kandis helped Kim create the song Tardy for the Party. After the success of the song, Kandi felt she wasn't compensated fairly when she only received $4,000 for co-writing and producing the track, and Kim kept the rest of the profits. A judge would later dismiss Kandi's case in October 2013 after the court deemed Kandi failed to provide enough evidence of copyright infringement, and Kim has been able to continue profiting off of the song ever since. During the season 10 reunion, Kim was put on blast for saying Nene Leakes lived in a, quote, roach nest. When the cast tried to explain why her comment had racist undertones, Kim left the stage with her husband running behind her. As the cameras continued to film, she cried to Andy Cohen and said that racism in this day and age is BS. After receiving backlash for her comment, she went silent on social media before releasing an apology. She also claimed her words were taken out of context. While we were all focused on the false allegations concerning Porsha Williams and Kandis, Kim decided to throw her own shady gossip into the mix. In one scene, she told Sheree Whitfield that Kandi had once propositioned her as well. Kandi clapped back and said she never wanted Kim or her box. While Kim tried to make it seem as if she were disgusted by the thought of Kandi approaching her in that way, she's the only cast member to engage in a full-blown lesbian relationship. She and DJ Tracy Young dated for 8 months, and Tracy even confirmed in an old tweet that she was the receiver in the relationship. Do you think Kim is shady or just misunderstood? Leave your answer down below, and thanks for watching Real Reality Gossip.